Indo-Gangetic Brahmaputra Plains. Indo-Gangetic Plains. The 300 meters contour line divides the Himalayas and the Gangetic Basin. The southern boundary is demarcated by the edge of the peninsula, which coincides with 75 meters contours in most of its length and 35 meters in the northeastern section, towards the delta. The plains are extremely flat with a slope of nearly 1 to 1000 to 1 to 2000. The plains are flat and are rolling with monotonous character. Formation of Indo-Gangetic Brahmaputra Plain. The formation of Indo-Gangetic Plain is closely related to the formation of Himalayas. The rivers which were previously flowing into the Tethys Sea, before Indian Plate collided with Eurasian Plate, continental drift, plate tectonics, deposited a huge amount of sediments in the Tethys geosyncline. The Himalayas are formed out of these sediments, which were uplifted, folded, and compressed due to the northern movement of the Indian Plate. The northern movement of the Indian Plate also created a trough to the south of the Himalayas. Depositional activity. During the initial stages of upliftment of sediments, the already existing rivers changed their course several times and they were rejuvenated each time, perpetual youth stage of rivers. The rejuvenation is associated with intense headward and vertical downcutting of the soft strata overlying the harder rock stratum. Headward erosion and vertical erosion of the river valley in the initial stages, lateral erosion in later stages contributed a huge amount of conglomerates, detritus, rock debris, silt, clay, etc., which were carried downslope. Headward erosion at the origin of a stream channel, which causes the origin to move back away from the direction of the stream flow, and so causes the stream channel to lengthen. These conglomerates were deposited in the depression, Indo-Gangetic Trough or Indo-Gangetic Syncline. The base of the geosyncline is hard crystalline rock, between peninsular India and the convergent boundary, the region of present-day Himalayas. New rivers and more alluvium. The raising of the Himalayas and the subsequent formation of glaciers gave rise to many new rivers. These rivers, along with glacial erosion, supplied more alluvium, which intensified the filling of the depression. With the accumulation of more and more sediments, conglomerates, the Tethys Sea started receding. With the passage of time, the depression was completely filled with alluvium, gravel, rock debris, conglomerates, and the Tethys completely disappeared, leaving behind a monotonous aggradational plain. Monotonous equals featureless topography. Aggradational plain equals plain formed due to depositional activity. Indo-Gangetic Plain is a monotonous aggradational plain formed due to fluvial depositions. Upper peninsular rivers have also contributed to the formation of plains, but to a very small extent. During recent times, since few million years, depositional work of three major river systems, viz. the Indus, the Ganga, and the Brahmaputra, have become predominant. Hence this arcuate, curved, plain is also known as Indo-Gangetic Brahmaputra Plain. Longitudinal profile, Indo-Gangetic Plains. Babar, Tarai, Bangar, Khadr, Babar region. Adjacent to Shiwalik foothills, coarser materials like cobbles, pebbles, gravels, boulders with coarse sand. It is a narrow, porous, northernmost stretch of the Indo-Gangetic Plain. It is about 8 to 16 kilometers wide, running in an east-west direction along the foothills, alluvial fans, of the Shiwaliks. They show a remarkable continuity from the Indus to the Teesta. Rivers descending from the Himalayas deposit their load along the foothills in the form of alluvial fans. These alluvial fans have merged together to build up the Babar belt. The porosity of Babar is the most unique feature. The porosity is due to the deposition of a huge number of pebbles and rock debris across the alluvial fans. The streams disappear once they reach the Babar region because of this porosity. Therefore, the area is marked by dry river courses except in the rainy season. The Babar belt is comparatively narrow in the east and extensive in the western and northwestern hilly region. Babar zone stretches from Punjab to Assam Himalayas. It has a complex profile and general slope of 1 to 6,000. Terai Plains. Marshy near the Babar zone, extremely flat marshy lands, densely deforested and parallel to the mountains from Punjab to Assam. Terai is an ill-drained, damp, marshy, and thickly forested narrow tract to the south of Babar running parallel to it. The Terai is about 15 to 30 kilometers wide. Widest along Bihar and eastern Up and the narrowest in the east. The underground streams of the Babar Belt re-emerge in this belt. The Terai is more marked in the eastern part than in the west because the eastern parts receive a comparatively higher amount of rainfall. Most part is deforested for agriculture. Terai soils are nitrogen-rich and have a humus content. Most of the Terai land, especially in Punjab, Uttar Pradesh, and Uttarakhand, has been turned into agricultural land which gives good crops of sugarcane, rice, and wheat. Bangar region. It extends over the whole Gangetic Plain. The Bangar is the older alluvium along the riverbeds forming terraces higher than the flood plain. The terraces are often impregnated with calcareous concretions known as kankar. The Barand plains in the deltaic region of Bengal and the Buer formations in the middle Ganga and Yamuna Doab are regional variations of Bangar. Buer denotes an elevated piece of land situated along the banks of the Ganga River, especially in the upper Ganga-Yamuna Doab. This has been formed due to the accumulation of wind-blown sands during the hot dry months of the year. Bangar contains fossils of animals like rhinoceros, hippopotamus, elephants, etc. It has kankar deposits which are fragments of limestone, thus natural supplements of bases to the soil. It has been seriously degraded in several parts of Up where it is called usar. Infertility due to salinization, are very less. Barand Tract, Barand Plains. Barand Tract, alternately called the Virendra Tract in English and Borandro Bhumi in Bengali, is the largest Pleistocene-era physiographic unit in the Bengal Basin. Barand Tract is the geographic region in parts of northwestern Bangladesh and north-central West Bengal state, India. It lies northwest of the confluence of the upper Padma, Ganga, and Jamuna, the name of the Brahmaputra in Bangladesh, rivers, and is bordered by the floodplains of the Mahananda River to the west and the Karatoya River to the east, tributaries of the upper Padma and of the Jamuna, respectively. Barand is a comparatively high, undulating region, with reddish and yellowish clay soils. It has long been recognized as a unit of old alluvium. Khadar region. The Khadar is composed of newer alluvium and forms the flood plains along the river banks. A new layer of alluvium is deposited by river flood almost every year. This makes them the most fertile soils of Ganges. Ray or color. Ray or color comprises saline efflorescences of drier areas in Haryana. Ray areas have spread in recent times with an increase in irrigation. Capillary action brings salts to the surface. Thank you.